If you're doing the Daniel fast, you might not want to watch this. We're going to start with cleaning our meat. If you don't believe in cleaning your chicken, your meat, that's between you and God. But over here, we clean ours, okay? Then we're going to season our chicken with a blackened season, a little bit of extra garlic powder, black pepper, and paprika because I personally feel like it needed it. One piece I'm going to leave plain because my son does not like the blackened season. I got to make sure that everybody's going to eat dinner tonight and enjoy it. Going to season both sides completely and then go ahead and get it into a hot sizzling pan. Once it is in that pan, I'm going to make sure not to overcrowd it and cook it in batches, 1 to 2 minutes each side, partially cooking the chicken because I'm going to finish cooking it in the oven and not on the stove top. Once I got that desired color, I'm moving it to the side to cook the other batch. And then I'm going to add it all back to the pan and go ahead and add some water just to create a little bit more moisture so it doesn't dry out while it's finishing off in the oven that's set at 350. I'm going to place it in and just say, "Bang, bang, pookie," to the chicken and let it finish cooking. I'm going to dump a whole box of rigatoni into salted boiling water and let that cook while I make the sauce. Burn the garlic a little bit because my son decided to have a worship moment and start screaming hallelujah, like, get what you need, son. But back to the sauce. I'm going to go ahead and pour in the tomato sauce. You can use whatever sauce you would like to. Typically, I make mine, but tonight I decided to use a jar sauce because the newest human on the block feels like mommy needs to hold him every 15 or so minutes. So I had to prepare for that. I'm going to go ahead and season it extra, adding a little bit more garlic powder, some black pepper, a little bit of salt. And then I'm also going to throw in some bay leaves, and I couldn't find fresh basil, so I went ahead and used some dried basil. Either way, it's going to work out for our good. You can add a little bit more water, either the pasta water itself or regular water, just to go ahead and get it cooked through and make sure that it's brought up to the temperature you like. Constantly stirring to make sure that it's good. There it is, we're adding the basil. I added more basil because I didn't feel like I added enough the first time. You're going to taste as you go and adjust as you need with your seasoning. Threw in some red pepper flakes. Wasn't that many. Wasn't spicy enough in my opinion. But yeah, people here can handle a little bit of spice. So make sure it was a reasonable amount and not overpowering. Promise you, it was not spicy. Then I'm going to stir and let that cook a little bit before I go ahead and add in our heavy cream. Once our heavy cream is added, bay leaves in there, let that cook. Once our heavy cream is added, I do turn down the heat a little bit when I add in heavy cream because once you add cream, I don't really want it to scald. And I'm going to mix it all together to make sure that it's fully incorporated and the sauce will continue to cook and get a little thick like that while it is on the stove top and while chicken is finishing up with the cooking. It's going to create a beautiful rosé type of color, and it's going to be delicious. That's the color and the consistency we're looking for. And then I slowly add some pasta water, then throw the rest of the noodles in there, toss it all together. And once it's completely tossed in there, I do let it sit into a cook in the sauce, like maybe 2 to 3 minutes longer. I have extra sauce because my dad always says it's not enough sauce. So just so there is enough sauce, I do make sure that it's enough for him to put extra if he would like the sauce. Because, we can be saucy people. And boom, here's the finished product, guys. It's delicious. Enjoy. I can never escape.